Ronaldo, Figo amongst others.
Yeah, some fantastic names. I mean, as a young player, when you play in the main stadium of a first team, it just does something naturally where you do lift your game. You know, last season they got beat 5-1 away, but didn't play in the main stadium. So I think this will certainly inspire a few of the younger players. And like you say, it's a fantastic opportunity. Go out there, you know, make a bit of a name for yourself. You know, huge underdogs tonight, but hey, go out and enjoy it and try and impress.
A real shame for Mark Pelosi. You know, he broke his leg. We wish him all the best. He might be watching this coverage here tonight. He's made terrific strides, the young man from America, this season. It was so cruel, and the message from the dressing room, let's do it for Mark tonight.
Yeah, there's been a few key injuries recently, and like you say, Mark Pelosi, I mean, our best wishes go out to those players. You know, Brad Smith himself in the previous game, he got an injury. You know, Conor Cody's away with the first team. Samid Yezel, who got 2 goals in the previous game against Inter Milan. So all of a sudden, there's a few injuries that have taken the toll, but you know, that opens doors for other players, and it's an opportunity. You know, young Jack Dunn, we saw him last week. We saw how many of these players, 5 or 6 of these players, playing it last week at Histon in the Youth Cup. Completely different surroundings tonight. You know, they're in Lisbon, fantastic.
So Sporting Lisbon in the huddle before this game. Of course, they beat Liverpool twice last season, heavily in the NextGen Series. Of course, they beat them 5-1 in Lisbon here last season in the group stage. They won 3-0 at Anfield, and Sporting have already beaten Liverpool this season as well. 2-0 in Singapore in the final of the next Lions Cup.
Yeah, I mean, these young lads, I mean, they've had some fantastic experiences this season, haven't they? You know, like you say, they've been over to Singapore, Qatar recently, and obviously they're out there as well in Sporting Lisbon. It's some fantastic experiences that they are, and they'll benefit from that.
So Sporting Lisbon in the familiar green and white hoop jerseys, about to get us underway. They reckon they could get a crowd of around 4,000-ish here tonight at the stadium. It's a great opportunity for these young players to be in action. Of course, Sporting Lisbon are now coached by Abel Ferreira, a defender who played over 100 games for Sporting Lisbon, but he retired 2 years ago, aged just 32. A very young manager. He's replaced Sapinto, who was in charge of Sporting's team last season. Then he was promoted to first team manager, but he was sacked in October.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the way Liverpool are lining up. We weren't sure whether it would be Morgan or Ibe down the middle. It looks like Ibe, you know, young Ibe offers a real threat with his pace, doesn't he? He seems to be the main man going down the middle, and Adorjan will be supporting him with Morgan out on the left-hand side. So
early chance for Liverpool there. Adam Morgan starting on the left of that attack, just trying to go forward there for the Reds, but Riquiccio won the ball back. Now it's across towards Yuri Medeiros. Couldn't quite get there, and Yulani Bayo at right back tonight for Liverpool. A very tough character, and certainly he'll play anywhere for Liverpool. Normally as a central midfield player, he's got a different haircut these days too.
Yeah, well he played at the weekend, didn't he, in the under-18s, defeat 2 Wolves. You know, he would have been disappointed to have missed out on starting the game against Histon, but like you say, I mean, he can adapt and play in different positions, whether it's central midfield, his preferred position, but he can also do a fantastic job out on right back as well.
How big a miss is the skipper, Cody? Top scorer in the next gen with 5 goals.
Well, it is. He's a leader out there. We talk about leaders out on the pitch, an organiser. I mean, you know, he scored 5 goals himself, the leading goal scorer in this side, so his goals alone will be missed as well.
Christian Adorjan, who scored Liverpool's first goal of the campaign in the NextGen Series. It was a penalty away in Inter Milan. Adorjan plays it in. It's away by Semedo. Liverpool still applying the pressure. Big Lloyd Jones up there from the corner as well. He's a real threat. He scored a great goal, a diving header at St Helens against Rosenborg. But it was quite a remarkable comeback really for Liverpool in this season's Next Gen. They started off the campaign playing very young teams. The average age was about 17 years of age, and they were coming up against some tough sides. They lost their opening 3 games, but then they recovered brilliantly to win their remaining 3 to qualify.
It was a fantastic comeback, wasn't it? Like you say, it seemed to be always on the travels as well, the Next Gen side getting beat, and you know, it was a great comeback, you know, and it ended up with that victory against Inter Milan, the holders 4-1. It was a great performance, but like you say, at this age you never have a settled side. There's constantly players coming in and out, different ages as well, different developments as well.
Well, Stephen Sammer being a little complacent, letting in Mane, but the skipper recovered. Mane again. What a space here for Stojanovic. Well, we saw in the early game against Inter Milan a slip at the back, and it can prove costly in this tournament.
Yeah, it can, certainly can. I mean, the players have got to be concentrated, like you say. There's a few inexperienced players at this level out there as well.
Another slip at the back and a chance here for Sporting Lisbon. Great save by Fulton, and he got the rebound. Very reliable Liverpool Scottish young goalkeeper. Had a terrific debut season for the academy, and he needed to be on his mettle there.
Yeah, he did. He seemed to have far too much space there, the Sporting Lisbon man. Tried to beat him at his near post. You know, Fulton did very well. They stayed big and made it difficult to beat him, and it was a good save in the end.
Towards Jack Dunn. It's away by Mikel Pinto. And Medeiros. And Sporting Lisbon's last group game here was a bit of a shock, to say the least, for the home faithful. They'd already qualified, but they lost 5-1 to Aston Villa.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? I mean, we talk about Aston Villa at the moment playing in their first team, a lot of young players, but Aston Villa notoriously have always had a good youth system, haven't they? You know, always brought through good players, and, you know, like you say, it was a big victory that they beat Sporting there, so that'll encourage the Liverpool players as well, knowing that they've had a heavy defeat recently. And
Ryan McLaughlin, of course, who last time we saw him in the Next Gen, he gave us 3 assists for Liverpool in the night, but playing out of position, really. He never played at left back before, I don't recall, over the academy years, but he's having to do that job tonight.
Yeah, he's having to do the job to benefit the team.
Another dangerous ball whipped in, but again, Ryan Fulton, very confident young goalkeeper, Scottish youth international, already made a good save early doors here. Remember, folks, as well, that this tie has to be decided on the night, extra time and the penalties if necessary. Christian Adorjan. Bit of space here now for Jordan Ibe. Chance to utilise his pace. Dunn. Bio. Probably for Jack Dunn. He played in the World Cup for England a couple of years ago, of course, for England under 17s, but certainly for Liverpool, biggest game he's ever played in this one.
Yeah, massive game for him. Like you say, he's not even turned 18 yet. You know, he's a fantastic prospect. You know, he's got a lovely left foot. We've seen goals he's scored in the Youth Cup already. It's great to see him get this opportunity. You know, we mentioned about players being injured. It gives players like Jack Dunn this opportunity.
It was interesting in the under-18s game at the weekend when Steve Cooper rested a few players to play tonight that Bio was played in an experimental role at right back. He did well, and he's playing here tonight. Get him used to the position.
Well, I remember watching Bio in pre-season when they played Chester, who Chester were absolutely flying in their division, the Conference North, and he was playing against men that day, and he did an extremely good job at right back, so he can obviously play there.
So Medeiros causing problems and winning Sporting Lisbon a corner here. João Mario is over. Now he's going to leave it for Yuri Medeiros. Ricardo Esquiao is forward. The dangerous Carlos Mane in the middle too. It's a powerful header. Not very far wide in the end. It was a good effort. And Sporting Lisbon going close early doors. Little flick header coming in from Tobias Figueiredo.
Yeah, there's a few players in the Liverpool team there just asking questions. Why is he getting that much space to get a free header? I mean, if you're going to give players with that sort of height freedom and free headers, then you know they're going to hurt you. Really, thankfully he didn't.
But Alex Inglethorpe's young side, great experience, a lot of youngsters on the bench as well tonight. The likes of Jerome Sinclair, Daniel Trickett-Smith, Chris Peterson. Now Ivy. It's a great little turn. Nearly found Jack Dunn with a pullback, but Liverpool still in the ascendancy, but offside.
Good turn, wasn't it? You know, Jordan Ivey there. He's playing an unfamiliar role for him, and you know he has a tendency to come out wide. But again, the defender got too tight for him, and he had the ability to turn him there. Just looking for other options in the middle. There wasn't too many options, but you can see there Jordan Ivey very sharp to turn, isn't he?
Sporting Lisbon topped Group 3 of the Next Gen Series, winning 4 and losing just 2. They finished 2 points ahead of second placed Aston Villa. And Villa are already in the quarter-finals, of course, of the Next Gen Series. They beat Ajax last night 2-1 in Holland, conquerors of Liverpool in the semis last year.
Yeah, we saw them last year, weren't they? An excellent side, came to St Helens and won quite heavily on the night, the Ajax side, so you know, a big surprise. I mean, we talked about Villa before, didn't we, about having a good youth system. They must have some really good young players coming through if they can beat Ajax.
Now Yolani Bayo with the throw here for the Reds. Up towards Jordan Ivey again. Now Semedo.
I think it's a big night for Christian Adorjan. You know, he's got plenty of experience at this level. He's one of the older lads out there, and you know, he's got a big role in talking to Jordan Ibe. It's an unfamiliar role for him, and helping him out so that he can offer that support, because you can't isolate someone like Jordan Ibe tonight.
Figueiredo. Of course, a former Sporting Lisbon player who did so much damage to Liverpool last season, not involved tonight. João Carlos Teixeira wasn't included in the travelling party.
Got himself a goal at the weekend as well, didn't he?
Here's Adorjan. And Morgan on the left-hand side. Adam Morgan, of course, started the year with a loan spell at Rotherham United. Played in the weekend's win at West Bromwich Albion for the under-21s. Played very well as well. Didn't get on the score sheet, but was a key performer on the day. Now it's through towards Mane. Real danger. Still Carlos Mane. Good play by Jack Dunn. Getting back, and danger here for Yolani Bayo. Back in his own judgment to get out of a tricky situation. Almost playing his teammate into trouble. Big Lloyd Jones tries to prevent the corner. Sporting Lisbon quick passing in confined areas, but good work again. Here's Craig Rodden to Ibe. Full of pace, Jordan Ibe.
Well, I'm not sure what the linesman's given there. I mean, Jordan Ibe just had the pace of the fullback, didn't he? And the linesman was very quick with his flag there, didn't see anything at all. We see the replay, he's just holding him off. Okay, he's got his shirt a little bit, but goodness me, how often do you see them given?
Goodness me, the goalkeeper has left a gap there. Shenanigans at the back initially for Liverpool. Now Ricardo Estjao. He's got around Sama, but Sama's strength saves the day for Liverpool. Well, Ryan Fulton came charging out of his penalty area then. Liverpool got away with it.
Yeah, got away with that one.
Rodden. Morgan was in space, but not quite there. But Craig Rodden, young man from Fazakerley, always does a good job for the team when called upon. A lot of responsibility on his shoulders tonight in the absence of Cody, playing alongside the youngster, the under-18 skipper Jordan Lussey. Key part of the engine room, those two tonight for Liverpool. Forward by Palina. Rakicchio. Stojanovic up towards Mane. Beautifully done, and a goal for Sporting Lisbon. Luka Stojanovic over the top, and Carlos Mane making that look so easy. The danger man in the Lisbon side. Ryan Fulton was committed, but Sporting in front.
Well, he obviously was just onside, wasn't he? But what a cool finish from Mane there. I mean, to have the confidence to lift it over the rushing Fulton there. I mean, that was excellent skill and, you know, a simple finish. You know, I thought, you know, the back line wasn't quite in line, really. I thought maybe Bayo was playing them all on, but, you know, you've got to give credit to Mane there. I mean, that was a fantastic finish. Great skill.
Nice ball too from the Serbian Luka Stojanovic. It was good combination. Started initially by the right back Rakicchio.
I think the pitch had a part to play in that as well. It just seemed to bounce dead, didn't it? And that favour, at first you're thinking the ball favours Fulton, but the pitch just seemed to hold the ball up completely and stop it dead. And, you know, in the end that favoured Mane to be able to produce such magnificent skill.
Well, a bad start for a depleted Liverpool under-19 side tonight. But the young Reds just got to keep their heads now. Important not to concede again.
Stay in the game. This is where you need the leaders out there to be talking and, you know, give a good account of themselves tonight.
Rodden. Remember, the NextGen Series this season for Liverpool has been all about comebacks. They lost their opening 3 games and still qualified. Plenty of football to be played here. At the Estadio Jose Alvalade. Jordan Lussey.
I think it must be said as well, you know, as a young English team going out there to Portugal, you do have to sometimes adapt to the different balls. Obviously playing with balls that Sporting Lisbon are used to, you know, the pitch, the conditions, you know, these are all advantages that the home side has. And, you know, as young players going over there, it does take a while just to adjust to that. And, you know, we can see there, you know, it's been a great start for Sporting Lisbon, but I'm sure Liverpool will come back into this game.
Of course, looking at Sporting Lisbon's side, as I say, just 4 survivors in the starting lineup from the team that won 3-0 at Anfield last season. But one of their players who was a key performer in the 2 games against Liverpool last season, Bruma, you may remember, made his first team debut for Sporting Lisbon last week against Maritimo. And that's what this competition really is all about. Of course, the brainchild of Justin Andrews, Mark Warburton. Chance to get young players playing at the top level against the best teams in the world. Great for their development. And the young lads certainly learn a lot from these games.
Well, we spoke about Conor Cody, didn't we? You know, he made his European debut in the Europa League against Angie for Liverpool, and he said that the NextGen games helped him because of that. You know, hopefully he is involved tomorrow night in some degree, whether he is on the bench. You know, that'd be fantastic for his development. But, you know, these sort of games have helped him.
Now McLaughlin. And of course, if this formation doesn't work, Neil, there's always the option, isn't there? I mean, you can put Ibe back to the left wing with the pace to tease the full-back, get some crosses in, and certainly Morgan more than at home through the middle.
Yeah, he is, and I mean, even Jack Dunn as well. You know, he's out there with the 7 shirt on, playing on the right-hand side. He's more than capable of getting up there and supporting the striker.
Sporting Lisbon leading by a very well-taken goal by Carlos Mane. Well, as we've seen in the early stages here in Lisbon, the Sporting side very, very good at keeping possession. Pass and move. A lot of movement as well. Here they go again. Good work in the end by Adam Morgan, helping out against the right back Rikicio. Now Rodden.
A little bit wasteful there from Craig Rodden, wasn't it? It was good play initially from Morgan, held up very well by Adorjan, and the ball came back to Rodden. He's trying to switch play out to Bio, but got to be more careful with the ball. When you get ball, I mean, we can see Sporting dictating the play, having a lot of the ball, and when you win the ball back, it's important to keep it.
It's a raking ball over the top. Chance for Ricardo Escau up against McLaughlin here. And McLaughlin has been penalised.
I thought he got a bit of the ball, to be honest. Again, the linesman was quite sharp to give the decision. Well, yeah, good little bit of skill, wasn't it, from the Sporting man there? And
yeah, terrific bit of play, that.
I think he got that one right.
Of course, it's not easy when you're predominantly right-footed, playing at right back, then you switch into play at left back against a very attack-minded Sporting Lisbon flank on that far side. I think perhaps that's what Alex Inglethorpe had in mind when he maybe chose to go with some experience there, because without Brad Smith through injury, maybe young Joe Maguire in his first year with the 18s, he maybe wanted some experience. But danger here. Medeiros.
We saw with Glenn Johnson in the first team this season, what a great job he's done when he's been needed at left back, haven't we?
Figueiredo, good block by Bio, and Adorjan winning Liverpool a free kick.
Yeah, good play by Christian Adorjan there. He just got his body in front and the ball, and enabled him the side a little bit of a respite there.
Space now for Ibe. Dunn trying to give him an option through the middle. Well, Figueiredo all over him there. But Ibe, he made a really good positive start to this game. Of course, we saw him playing in Qatar in the Al Cas Cup when he was given the captain's armband. Showed a lot of faith in him.
Yeah, it was good positive play, wasn't it, from Jordan Ibe there? I mean, that's very much a continental foul, isn't it? It's very cynical. He knows that he's beating him and he just brings him down, but good positive play from Jordan Ibe to win the free kick.
Well, Liverpool be hoping to try and test out Mikel Mera, French goalkeeper who Sporting brought in for Majasio. It'll be Adorjan from a long way out.
It takes something pretty spectacular to score from there. I mean, the goalkeeper barely flinched, has he really? He's got that one well covered, and a little bit of a waste. I mean, your big boys go up looking to get on the end of a free kick, and when he's not even troubling the goalkeeper like that, you've got to take more from those opportunities.
Rodden, oh dear, bit of a slip. Now Ricardo Escau. Mane in the middle again. Away by McLaughlin. Morgan. Maybe the goalkeeper made it way outside his penalty area. Not sure he quite meant that.
Well, I think that's what Alex Inglethorpe was thinking with playing someone like Jordan Ibe up there. He gives you a different option with his pace, doesn't he? You know, he's made, you know, a bad ball into a good ball there, you know, and all of a sudden Liverpool can play, 40, 50 yards further up the pitch and have possession of the ball because of the way he's worked hard to try and get the ball.
Adam Morgan scored 9 goals this season for Liverpool, 4 of them in the NextGen Series. Scored 2 great goals against Rosenborg of Norway in a must-win encounter in St Helens. That's a foul on Ibe again.
He's getting involved, isn't he, Jordan Ibe? You know, they're not going to make it easy for him out there, and yeah, a little bit naughty that one, isn't it? You know,
wild one from João Mario.
Yeah, he's probably one of the youngest players out there as well, Jordan Ibe.
Here's Adorjan. Bio. We must also mention again, we spoke about the players wanting to do it for Mark Pelosi, but he's had such a good season. It was cruel, wasn't it? You know, breaking his leg in stoppage time at West Brom at the weekend.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, the opportunities that he has got when he has played in the under-21s, he's done extremely well, and he did well in the last game against Inter Milan, and he just felt as though he was going to have a strong second half of the season, and he'll be bitterly disappointed with that. But like you say, it was a terrible tackle, wasn't it? You don't want to see that sort of thing. You know, players out, injured, and you know it can affect people's careers.
It's a big shame for him because, you know, when Liverpool released their squad again for the next phase of the Europa League, he was one of those young players who was given a squad number.
Well, there you go. It shows the impact that he's made when he's played. But it's important that he stays positive. You know, young players who go through injuries, you know, you still get another opportunity. You've got to work hard to come back stronger. You know, you've got to put the hours in, you know, making sure you come back stronger and get another chance.
Yeah, we wish you all the best, Mark. You'll come back stronger, mate. All the best. So Liverpool trailing to a very good finish from Carlos Mane so far. It was a strong start by Sporting Lisbon, wasn't it? I mean, Fulton had to make a save. There was another incident when the keeper had to come right out of his penalty area.
Yeah, I mean, Sporting Lisbon, they're a strong side, aren't they? You know, they have older lads than Liverpool out there, and it makes a difference at this sort of age group. You know, they're obviously physically more developed than a lot of Liverpool's players, so it becomes that little bit more harder for Liverpool. But yeah, they've started the game a lot better, and they got the goal for it.
Header won by Figueiredo. McLaughlin with the challenge. Here's Ibe. Now a chance. Adorjan. Dunn and Ibe in support. Here's Adam Morgan. Good play. Ibe and Dunn. Half-hearted handball appeal. What a challenge that was by Bio, by the way.
Good play, wasn't it? Nice to see Liverpool on the front foot there. I thought Adam Morgan had a chance to pull the trigger with his right foot there. He just didn't fancy it. He played the ball across goal, but I thought the chance opened up for him to hit that.
Ibe. This wouldn't fall for Dunn. And Mikel Pinto. And Adorjan penalised for holding back João Mario. Mauro Ricicchio, very talented player.
See the ball really holding up, can't you? You know, with the balls into the channel places there and holding up well.
In by Pinto, Stephen Summers there, but only at the expense of a corner for the hosts.
I think it's important to realise as well, these Sporting Lisbon players playing in the Estadio Jose Alvedea, you know, they'll be lifted by this as well. This is a chance to play in their home stadium, so they'll be well up for this game.
João Mario with the corner. The crowd doing their best to lift their side, leading by a solitary goal to nil so far. Pinto. Controlled well. What a challenge by Stephen Sammer. Just as Figueiredo was about to pull the trigger, Sammer's leg came in from nowhere.
Yeah, it was an excellent challenge, wasn't it? It was a great touch on his chest. And again, the pitch just seemed to hold up. You're thinking maybe it's a goalkeeper's ball there, but it was an important interception from Sama there because it was almost certain to be 2-0.
Yuri Medeiros with the in-swinger for Sporting Lisbon. And a free header, and it's number 2. Clinical by Sporting Lisbon. And is it that man again? It certainly is. It's Carlos Mane. 2 goals for him. Lisbon 2-0 up.
Yeah, it was a good ball into the box. I think it just went over the head of Christian Dawson, wasn't it?
Unmarked, Neil.
Yeah, it's unmarked. It's a free header, isn't it? But I think if you're doing that front post area, that front space, you've got to make sure you get a header on that. That was Christian Dawson's there. It's just gone over his head there, and you're giving their main attacking threat, Mane, a free header.
Well, we thought beforehand this would be tough for the Liverpool's youngsters without 1 or 2 of experienced players on a difficult night, but against, this can't be overstated, a very good Sporting Lisbon side. This Sporting Lisbon academy is the envy of many clubs all around the world. But certainly I think Alex Singlethorpe be disappointed with the marking for that second goal.
Yeah, I think he will. I mean, it's a free header. We saw one earlier on, didn't we? A free header. That one went harmlessly wide, but if you're going to give free headers from 6 yards, you are going to get punished, and that time Liverpool did. But as you say, there's the first 20 minutes or so playing against a very strong Lisbon side here, and it's been a disappointing start for Liverpool.
Good turn by Dunn. Positive by Jack Dunn. Good play. Ivy. Can Liverpool get a response? Still Ivy. Just behind Adam Morgan. And Ricicchio took it off him. Would you switch it, Neil, now? Would you put Morgan through the middle and put Ivy on the flank?
Yeah, I think so. Adam Morgan's a little bit more natural out there, maybe. Needed a goal as well. But it's important to get forward and get the bodies forward to support Ivy. I said about isolating him. It's important that people are running past him to give the options for the players.
Good run by Yolani Bayo, winning the free kick. Frustration for Alex Singlethorpe so far. Stevie Cooper, the under-18s manager, on the bench as well, looking on. He's got an important game coming up next week against Leeds United in the Youth Cup at Anfield. That's next Thursday night. Another match we'll have live for you. It's in by Dunn. Lloyd Jones was up there, but Meira grabbed hold for Sporting Lisbon.
You see the confidence those 2 goals have given Lisbon now, can't you?
Ricardo Eschau. Mane now on a hat-trick. Stojanovic. Mane. Ricicchio. Liverpool's youngsters could muster a good attack, get a goal back just before half-time. They would take a huge lift from that. Here's Rodden. Jordan Lussey.
Yeah, not out of the game at all. Got to stay positive, trying to get back in the game. Next goal is going to be crucial. If Liverpool could get that, that'll test Sporting Lisbon, see what they've got about them.
Of course, with Adam Morgan as well, he started the season off in the first team, playing in the Europa League for Liverpool, of course, and since then he's played in a different position this season, being asked to play in a more wide role, normally on the right or the left-hand side.
He is a goal scorer, isn't he? He's proved that with the goals that he scores, but the way that modern day football is, you have to be able to play in different positions, and we've seen with young Morgan, for the first team out against Hearts, he's playing out on wide, and you have to be able to adapt and play in these different positions, but we all know that he wants to be playing down the middle.
Well done, chasing that Adorjan flick on.
I think that's where the cleverness of the Sporting players, they know that there's a player on the back and they can go down very easily, but this is what the Continentals do, and it's a great learning experience for someone like Jack Dunn, who barely touched the player there, but he got a free kick from it.
Because in the under-18s and Youth Cup matches, that wouldn't be given as a foul.
No way. Well, I doubt the player would go down from that sort of contact anyway. we're playing Leeds next week in the Youth Cup. I doubt the Leeds. I mean, again, this is what the Continentals do so well, and that's why it's a great learning experience for these young players. So when they do eventually step up to the first team level, they're used to players going down a little bit too easy for free kicks. I mean, look at that. I mean, nothing in it.
Good work by Mikel Pinto, trying to get goal side of Bayo. Mane was there again in the middle, but this time Fulton takes charge for the Reds. 2 goals from Mane. First, a lovely finish when he lobbed it over the goalkeeper, went around him and slotted the ball home. And the second, bad goal to concede the second goal, really, a free header from a corner. And I'm sure Alex Inglethorpe will say to his side, you can't give a young striker of that quality that much space.
No, I mean, that first goal, how many times you see that? You hardly ever see a player having the confidence and audacity to flick it over a goalkeeper's head and nod it home. I mean, incredible skill.
Here's Ibe.
He's got a point though, hasn't he, Jordan Ibe? Because the linesman, early on in the game, he was quick to point out when the sporting man had hold of Ibe's shirt. Not so quick when Ibe's shirt was being pulled there. And, again, it's another trick that these players will get to learn playing against these players.
Huge kick by Mera. Stephen Sammer is there for Liverpool. Did well on Adorjan. Now here's Jack Dunn. João Mario. Pinto. Stojanovic. Rakicchio. Now Medeiros. Good challenge that by McLaughlin. Now Rodden. Liverpool get the benefit of the doubt.
It was a foul, wasn't it? Yeah, good play from McLaughlin there. Dispossessed the sporting man.
It's done. Worked hard for little reward so far, Jack Dunn.
Yeah, he's another player who, we may see during this game playing a different role. Just feel as though it's important to push further forward and make a few more forward runs, the attacking players for Liverpool.
Of course, Jack Dunn recently broke into the under-21 squad, made his debut in the recent win over Wolves at the start of the year. Came on as a sub at the weekend too against West Brom.
Well, that's what it's about. It's about progressing, isn't it, through the club. We've seen him do extremely well at youth team level, Youth Cup. Now that's the next step for someone like Jack Dunn to go on to, obviously, the under-19s here and the under-21s as well.
Ibe linking here with Morgan. Now Dunn. Can he use his body strength here to effect? Oh, that was delightful.
Well, what skill that was from Jack Dunn. We spoke about what talent he has there, and I mean, he's completely sold to Lisbon defenders there, hasn't he? Lovely little turn completely. They didn't know where he was going. Great skill. In the end, it was a great recovering tackle.
It was a strong, uncompromising challenge in the end, wasn't it? But Liverpool get a corner in by Jordan Lucy. Bayo did well then, making sure the referee gave Liverpool a free kick. But Lloyd Jones has stayed up there again. And important in this situation, Neil, get a bit of height on the deliveries, because Jones towers above these Lisbon centre-backs.
Yeah, he does. I think it's been an encouraging response since going 2-0 down as well. The lads have responded well.
Ibe for Lucy! Oh my word, it's come back off the post. Liverpool's first shot at goal. Jordan Lucy, so unlucky.
Seemed to almost go slow motion, didn't it, towards the goal? I mean, it's ended up rebounding back from the inside of the post. And you're thinking, how's that not gone in? Again, it was a great effort. I said they've come back into the game going 2-0 down, and we've seen Lucy score many. I mean, the keeper's at full stretch. He's beaten. Very unlucky indeed from Lucy.
Well, Liverpool's best chance of the night so far here in Lisbon. But it will give the team a lot of confidence that They've responded well to going 2-0 down. Here is that man Lucy. Dunn. Good work by Jack Dunn. Positive.
Yeah, you need to get someone like Jack Dunn more into the game. You see what a lovely left foot he has with his dribbling skills. Quite easily beat 2 or 3 players there, and he did indeed there.
He's not doing too badly on his next-gen debut, Jack Dunn. Now this is a chance, Neil, isn't it?
Well, like you say, someone like Big Lloyd Jones there, he wants the ball in there to go and attack.
Christian Adorjan with the delivery. There is Jones, and now Morgan, goalkeeper's nowhere, and he saves it. And away by Riccio when Rodden closing in.
It was a great ball, wasn't it, from the free kick? I think it was Adorjan who whipped it in. Thought Jones was going to get on the end of it. It was good goalkeeping in the end.
Here's Ivy going past defenders for fun. Bayo. Liverpool now showing belief and beginning to ask questions of the Sporting Lisbon team.
I thought the referee wasn't going to give a foul there. I think there was 3 or 4 occasions where Liverpool players have quite clearly been fouled. Just saying play on every time, but you know, he's ended up giving the decision there, and I think a player's gone into the book for it.
Yeah, Mikel Pinto. It's a yellow card for that.
Again, there was a foul there.
Compromising that, isn't it? That was João.
I think he gave
Mario.
The one on Adorjan and the one after that as well.
Yeah. But that's what you said, Neil. Get the ball into Lloyd Jones at the back post, and you see the problems he causes.
A similar area, you know. Adorjan had delivered a fantastic ball there. Same again.
So Big Lloyd Jones forward again, the Welshman, and the Hungarian find it. This time it's away by Palina. Back by McLaughlin.
I have to say, it was another great delivery from Adorjan.
Morgan. He's done well, Adam Morgan. He's got options now. Just wouldn't fall for Dunn. Back in by Rodden. Better from Liverpool.
Yeah, much better, isn't it? You know, on the front foot, trying to create things, and you know, Sporting, you know, they're a little bit rocked by this pressure from Liverpool.
Dunn. Good challenge from Jones. Pinto. There's Bayo. Wholehearted.
That's a great tackle, isn't it? You know, the Sporting man didn't like that one at all, but Bayo, the ball was there to be won, and great to see, great tackle.
You know what, in this game though, Neil, before that good spell that Liverpool have had, Bayo made a similar challenge. I mean, he's won the ball there quite clearly. He did a crunching challenge in the middle of the park, and since then Liverpool responded from that. Sometimes it needs something like that to get your team going.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you need something like that, just a little lift to say, come on lads, we're still in this game.
But sometimes, you know, it's a young side out here for Liverpool, and you know, you go into it, a few 16-year-olds, a few 17-year-olds in the starting 11 tonight. And sometimes you go into a game, huge stadium like this, and it's a bit of a fear factor at first.
Well, possibly, but like I said before the game, it's about standing up and being counted. You know, they're all out there on merit, you know, through injury or whatever reason, and this is their opportunity to try and take this chance. And these sort of games, it gives you a good indication to see who wants to stand up and be counted.
Craig Rodden trying to make the challenge, so Jordan Lucy against the post. The closest Liverpool have come for that again. We'll show you that effort again very shortly, that Lucy, because it was so unlucky for Liverpool. But it's a chance that has given the team a lot of confidence to get back in this. I'm not out of it just yet. A lot of football still to be played. Here's Ivy. Dunn. Tries to curl it.
Good run from Jordan Ivy, wasn't it? You know, good forward run there to hold the ball up, isolate him 1v1 with the centre half. That's exactly what we wanted, you know, to get everybody further forward. And you know, why not? Jack Dunn have an effort there. We've seen what his left foot's capable of. We saw it against Histon in the Youth Cup. You know, he scored an absolute screamer, didn't he? You know, he's capable from that sort of range of finding a target. Okay, that time it was off, but he's got the confidence to hit it.
There's Alex Inglethorpe there, looks on from the bench. 2 goals from Carlos Mane. separating these two sides so far in the last 16 clash of the NextGen Series. Mikel Pinto. Semedo. Good challenge by Adorjin. Lucy. Bayo. Dispossessed in a dangerous area, but Big Lloyd Jones bailed him out.
Yeah, you've got to be careful when you're running across the defence there. You can't be affording to be losing the ball there.
Here it is again, Neil. How unlucky is this? Jordan Lucy. That's just like almost like slow motion, as you said.
Yeah, it was. I mean, just so precise. Just a matter of inches, the difference between, you know, getting back in the game. But a great effort from Lucy there. The keeper was beaten, wasn't he?
A very relieved look on the goalkeeper, Mikel Mira's face then. And Alex Inglethorpe be hoping that the young Reds can get one back just before half-time. As I said, if Alex Inglethorpe needs to change it, there's still options. Joe Maguire could come on at left-back, you could put McLaughlin back as an attacking right-back. You've got Jerome Sinclair on there, 12 goals in all levels this season for Liverpool's youngest ever player. Dan Trickett-Smith scored in the Youth Cup last week. And now maybe a bit of fan power here. The referee booked a couple of Sporting players already, and Jack Dunn gets a yellow card.
Didn't see an awful lot wrong with that at all. I mean, like you say, I mean, the fans made a little bit of noise there, whether that influenced the decision or not. I mean, I think he has a little push on his head, but good. Yeah, that's not a yellow card, is it?
No. And Chris Peterson on the bench as well. You know, on his day, he's a match winner.
Yeah, we've seen him score goals recently at under 18 level, haven't we?
Now Pinto linking here with João Mario. Lucas Stojanovic. Mane. Yuri Medeiros. Mane, oh, it's a great little turn by the number 9. Sammer's there. And away by Dunn.
Such a threat, doesn't he, Mane there? He scored 2 goals already. He's so sharp. He comes alive in and around that penalty area. Got to be wary of him.
Well, talking about the talent of this Sporting Lisbon side, a lot of you viewers out there may well remember a 3rd goal at Anfield last season for Sporting Lisbon when they scored at the Anfield Road end, an absolute perler of a curler from about 25-30 yards out, and he can't even get in the starting lineup. Farley Rosa it was, he's only on the bench.
What a goal that was, wasn't it? Was it the bar, the post at the same point? In it, that was a fantastic goal.
Oh, here's a key moment. The last time Sporting had a corner from this identical position was the one when Mane at the near post was pulled away and scored to make it 2-0.
Yeah, the near post area needs to be defended better. I'm not sure who's in there again. I think it's Adorjin taking that near post space.
In by João Mario and away by Jones. Thumped back in by Pinto. Good take by Fulton.
He's shown good hands, hasn't he, throughout the game. A few crosses that have come in, a little bit difficult, but Fulton's hands, you can't question them at all. He's been spot on with it. I think it's encouraging though. We spoke about going 2-0 down, lads' heads could have gone down, but responded really well, showing no, you know, we've come here to Sporting and we want to try and get something out of the game, and being on the front foot since that 2nd goal went in, showing a good response.
Oh, another player Liverpool missing tonight. Now a few of you were impressed by, making good strides in the under-16 squad this season, played a couple of games at under-18 level. Jordan Rossiter, well, he's got a bit of a niggling injury problem at the moment, which is keeping him out. Hopefully he'll be back in action very soon. A good little prospect.
I'm sure he'll have plenty of next-gen games to look forward to.
There goes Sporting again. Important for Liverpool that they don't concede again before half-time. Mauro Ricicchio. Medeiros. João Mario. Look at the movement again. Pinto's cross. McLaughlin to the rescue.
Yeah, brave defender, needed to be on the back post there from McLaughlin. You know, he tracked his runner well there. You know, as you say, it's an unfamiliar role for him out on the left-hand side there, but you know, he did his defensive duties very well.
Christian Adorjan took a bit of a heavy blow. Maybe slightly dazed. That was an uncompromising challenge from Tobias Figueiredo. Here's Ivy. Trying to instigate something for Liverpool. Bayo. Lovely by Ivy. Adorjan. Only Craig Rodden in the middle at the moment. Adorjan doing well to retain possession.
Well, he's looking, isn't he? And no one's making a run past the defence. They're all waiting and waiting. Someone's got to make the run, make something happen, and then things soon open up.
Look at Ryan McLaughlin there, saying, come on, let's go.
That's what you want, leaders out there, you know, people shouting, not happy with losing at all.
Now Adorjan, he's trying to play Jack Dunn in here.
Better though, wasn't it? You know, that they're the sort of areas you want to see Christian Adorjan playing little through balls, and they're the sort of runs forward I'm talking about. Good run there from Jack Dunn, just a little bit overhit the pass.
Forward by Mira towards Mane. Sama. Maybe trying to break away. Morgan working hard. McLaughlin. Well, right on cue, there is the half-time whistle. So 2 goals from Carlos Mane, separating these two sides in the last 16 of the NextGen Series. First after 11 minutes when he lobbed the ball over the goalkeeper, finished well. Second, a free header from a corner, but Liverpool's response has been good. Jordan Lucy, very unlucky to hit a post. Adam Morgan denied by the goalkeeper. Jordan Ibe has been excellent for Liverpool. All the analysis next. Half-time, it is Sporting Lisbon 2, Liverpool 0. Welcome back from the Estadio Jose Alvalade, where Liverpool face a big, tough task now. 2-0 down to a very strong Sporting Lisbon side. But Neil Mellor, the way the Young Reds ended that first half, that'll give Alex Inglethorpe's side a heck of a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I think he'll be having a few words about the corner, the second goal. You know, that seems to be the costly goal at the moment. You know, maybe sort of marking out a little bit poor defensive to set plays, but like you say, after that second goal, Liverpool were very unlucky not to go in at half-time having scored a goal. You know, the Jordan Lucy effort, and you know, a little bit more support to Jordan Ibe. You know, young Jack Dunn got in the game an awful lot more on out wide, and that's what's going to be needed. You know, the players are going to have to, you know, have a real good go this second half. It's a difficult place to go. What a fantastic stadium. You know, what a great night for them, for their development as young players.
Liverpool back out then for the second half. 3 English teams already through, by the way, to the quarter-finals of the NextGen Series. We spoke about Aston Villa winning last night when they won in Holland against Ajax. Chelsea have tonight beaten Barcelona by 2-0 in Spain. Chelsea ending the game with 10 men, and Tottenham have won as well. They beat Paris Saint-Germain 4-3 on penalties.
Well, if we're going to make it the 4th English team into it, it's going to have to be a fantastic second half, isn't it? It's still possible. You know, the next goal is absolutely vital out there. Let's hope Liverpool can get that next goal.
Jack Dunn already got a yellow card, but played very well for Liverpool so far. Jordan Ibe just having a word with Jordan Lucy there. Trying to get some service. Jordan Ibe, of course, who scored his first goal at under 21 level at the weekend when he scored in the win at West Bromwich Albion. Second half underway. Liverpool's youngsters 2-0 down, trailing to 2 goals from Carlos Mane. Ryan McLaughlin still continuing in that unfamiliar left-back role. And Craig Rodden trying to win it back, does well against João Mario. Amaro Riquiccio right back. The challenge coming in from McLaughlin. Ivy, good footwork. Rodden is done. Dispossessed. Coming forward now, Mikel Pinto. Some space here. Stojanovic now to Medeiros. Good defending by the captain, Stephen Sammer. Adorjan looking for a free kick, not getting it. The bemused half smile on Alex Inglethorpe's face.
Yeah, probably thought it was a foul, wasn't it? You know, a little bit of a contact from behind. The referee didn't see it.
Riquiccio. Esquiao. Morgan helping out at left back. Tracking the dangerous fullback. Riquiccio. Cheers there, because the Sporting Lisbon youth coach Abel Ferreira got a touch.
A rather good one as well, I think it was.
Only 34 years old, Abel Ferreira, the head coach of the Sporting Lisbon team. As I said, they were managed last season by Sporting Lisbon and Portuguese legend Sá Pinto. Great character, but sadly lost his job when he was promoted to the first team. Now Adorjan trying to break away here for Liverpool. Chance this. Good skill by Adorjan, but
it's a real chance, wasn't it? You know, Christian Adorjan, he's got the centre-half 1v1, it's perfect. It's a great chance to get him. You know, he seems to do quite a few step-overs, and in the end it buys the Sporting defence time to get back. And in the end, you know, it was a cross straight back into the keeper's hands. No problem for him. They're the sort of opportunities, though, that Liverpool need to try and make the most of, don't they? You know, whether it's other players trying to flood the penalty area to give someone like Adorjan the opportunity, or Adorjan just trying to get past his man and get his shot away.
It's done. Now Pinto. Bit of a loose ball, but there was a spare man there in the form of Semedo. Now Esquiao. Liverpool feeling as though it was out, but Morgan does well to win it back. Now Craig Rodden spread the play.
Trying to force it again, wasn't he there? I thought the easier option was Jack Dunn. He was just on the halfway line, trying to play a ball that wasn't really on.
Now some space here. Danger, Stojanovic. And Mane on a hat-trick, but the flag this time denies him.
Well, it was good defending from Lloyd Jones. He didn't know the flag was up. He was there marshalling him everywhere in case he did get his shot away. Again, it's the sharp movement of Mane, isn't it? You know, he's always looking on the shoulder of the Liverpool centre-halves there. As much as Liverpool go forward looking for this goal, have to be mindful of someone like Mane.
I know a few fans last week were wondering whether young Adam Morgan might be given an opportunity, at least on the bench, on Thursday night against Zenit. Well, the fact is he won't, because he's not been included in the Europa League squad for the remainder of the campaign.
Yeah, we saw Barini, didn't we, go down with that injury.
Ibe trying to break away. Challenged well by Semedo. Some space for Morgan.
I think if Morgan is going to get another chance in the first team, it's important he takes opportunities like this in games like this and has a good impact in it.
And Craig Rodden trying to win the ball back. João Mario. Oh, delightful touch by Stojanovic. Where's the man? Carlos Mane. Here's 2 goals. And then Sporting Lisbon a lead at the moment. If Liverpool could get 1 goal back, that would give him a heck of a lot of confidence, and then it really would be game on. Jack Dunn working hard, covering well at right back for Bayo.
Yeah, good tracking back there from Jack Dunn. He needed to. Did his defensive duty as well.
Oh, that's loose by Lussi. And a real chance going all the way, and then lifted over the bar in the end for Ricardo Escial.
Big chance, wasn't it? Expect him to have tested Fulton there. It was a loose ball in the midfield again from Liverpool. He was always going wide, but from that sort of angle, he's got to be testing Fulton there. Liverpool have got away with that one.
Now Rodden. Foul been awarded against Luka Stojanovic, the Serbian. You see Alex Inglethorpe down there having a word with the 4th official as Chris Peterson warms up for Liverpool. And Jerome Sinclair. Mane. And Morgan. Alex Inglethorpe just having a little word there with Jordan Ivey. Ryan McLaughlin trying to keep an eye on Mane.
I thought it was a good tackle. I'm not sure what the referee's giving. It looked like a goal kick to me. Looks like he's given a corner though, hasn't he? I thought McLaughlin had played it onto Mane there.
And Ryan Fulton, the young 16-year-old goalkeeper, trying to make sure the marking's good. Stojanovic is there at the near post. It will be Medeiros to curl in this corner. It's a good delivery and a real chance. Good goalkeeping, Fulton.
Well, that's a great chance, isn't it? You know, he's almost lifted it into Fulton's hands there. Seemed like a simple task of just placing it into the empty net. Hopefully he's just lifted it rather than put his foot through it.
It was a real chance, wasn't it, for João Palhinha? But now Liverpool on the breakaway here. Cristiano Dorjan. Morgan, tight angle.
I think it was just Ivey in the box, wasn't it? He was trying to find.
There's Mark Morris shouting some instructions with Steve Cooper and Alex Inglethorpe. Mark Morris having a word there with the goalkeeper, Ryan Fulton. Mark, of course, is the goalkeeping coach at the academy of the under-21s and the under-19s. Next-gen team is Lloyd Jones forward again from the set piece. Can Cristiano Dorjan produce a good delivery? Oh, it's a nice turn by Escial. Trickery to get goal side of McLaughlin. Mane. Medeiros. Good play by Yuri Medeiros. He's left Bayo for dead. But Stephen Sammer is strong at the back for Liverpool.
Yeah, good honesty from Medeiros there. I thought if he goes down, it's a penalty. You know, I thought he got past Bayo and there was a little bit of contact there. Thankfully, he stayed on his feet. Otherwise, I think the ref might have pointed to the spot there.
Ivy. Now Dorjan. Searching for the pace of Ivy here.
I mean, what was the right fullback doing? He's almost like pushing Jordan Ivey out of the way of the ball. It's complete obstruction, and you know, it's almost acceptable for defenders to be able to do this. You know, he's nowhere near the ball. It's a foul.
And Mikel Mira, the goal kick for Sporting. Good header by Jones. Liverpool at the moment still persisting with Morgan down the left-hand side. Ivy up front through the middle. Of course, in the game against Inter Milan, when Liverpool qualified for the last 16 at St Helens, Ibe was on the wing, and Samid Yessel, now injured unfortunately, played as the number 9 and got a couple of goals.
A couple of great goals as well. Connor Cody didn't let him have the penalty for his hat-trick either. But you take those goals out of the side, you know, yes, at least scored a few in this competition. Cody's got 5, okay, he's got a few penalties, but you know, that's a lot of goals. I mean, Liverpool scored the most goals in the competition behind Ajax. You know, so Liverpool scored a lot of goals in this tournament, so it's important to try and show this attacking threat in the second half.
Good football again by Sporting Lisbon. Here's the attacking right back, Rakicchio. Dangerous ball, Mane missed it, but Bayo didn't.
Good movement from Mane in the middle. He waited and made his run towards the goal and didn't quite get on the end of it, but it was good attacking movement from him.
Ibe. Done. Ibe again. Positive from Jordan Ibe. Very positive. Oh! Agonisingly just wide. That was brilliant from young Jordan Ibe.
Yeah, it was. It was excellent play, wasn't it? He picked the ball up attackingly, went at the, and that must be a whisker wide, wasn't it? You know, great play. They're the sort of positions you want someone like Jordan Ibe and pulls the trigger. He knows how close that was. Wasn't far away at all. But that's good play from Liverpool. So it's the first time we've seen Liverpool have a good attempt at the goal in this second half, and again, it's encouraging.
He's had a fine match, hasn't he, Ibe? You know, when he gets the ball, you think something's going to happen.
So quick, isn't he? You know, he almost breezes past defenders as if they're not there.
And of course, he learnt a lot from going on the tour of America with Brendan Rodgers in the summer.
Look at his age. You know, what is he? 16 years old. It's fantastic to see him out there against these much bigger lads.
Esgiao. Dink, good covering by Jones. It was a dink forward by João Mario. Here he is again, the number 10. Adam Morgan having to do a lot of work in an unfamiliar role on the left-hand side, but a change here for Sporting. João Mario will leave the field, and the Brazilian Vallison will come on. Very talented young player. That's the change in Sporting Lisbon.
Good job you can pronounce Brazilian, because I'd have called him Wallison.
Now space here for Pinto. Now Ricardo Esquial. And a shot from a long way out in the end, causing no problem. Still Alex Inglethorpe yet to make his first change. Would you imagine changes when we get just past the hour mark might happen?
Yeah, you tend to find that, don't you? I mean, like you say, I mean, Peterson's had a rigorous warm-up there. You wonder whether he can come on, and he certainly had something to the side. He's a good attacking player, isn't he? You know, he's a man in form as well. So he could quite easily come on. We can see him coming back towards the bench there, and you know, it's approaching that time after an hour where changes sometimes happen.
Dorjan was trying to peel away for Liverpool. There's Sama. Pinto. There's Abel Ferreira, the Sporting Lisbon head coach there, looking on as Ryan McLaughlin trying to find a Dorjan. Forward by Palina. And as we approach the hour mark, 2 goals from Carlos Mane, both in the first half. Sporting Lisbon leading Liverpool 2-0 here. Liverpool ending the first half strongly. Jordan Lussey hitting a post, Adam Morgan being denied. Had a goalkeeper. And in the second half, the Jordan Ibe chance, the best chance so far for Liverpool, with a fine solo run and a shot just wide. Don't forget, double bill of academy football for you next week right here on LFC TV. Monday night, we're at Langtry Park, St Helens. Big clash. Alex Inglethorpe's under-21s face their arch rivals Manchester United for the first time this season. And then on Thursday, we've got the Youth Cup live from Anfield. The academy side under Stevie Cooper taking on Leeds. A great chance for the likes of Jack Dunn to make his first appearance at Anfield.
Yeah, and there's no first team game, is there, next weekend? Fantastic if the fans can come on and cheer the young players on.
And live football this Saturday for you, don't forget. The under-18s taking on Sunderland. 12:30 kickoff. We're at the academy. We're on air at 12:15. Join Claire Rourke alongside Mark Wright and Neil for that one this weekend. Get your football fix right here on LFC TV. There's Chris Peterson, there's young Ryan Kent to our left-hand side, and Cameron Brannigan all warming up for Liverpool.
Sure, they'll all be hoping to get on and play a part.
Well, he's only still a schoolboy, Ryan Kent. So for someone like him to be involved in a game and a setting like this is fantastic.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's such a big difference, you know, in age groups when you go from 16, 17, 18. The lads develop at such different rates, and you know, it really is difficult as a young player to be coming on and playing in these sorts of games. I mean, you know, we've mentioned Jordan Ibe there. It's very easy to forget how young players like that are, and you know, it's amazing how well they are progressing. But it's important to keep progressing, keep showing the right attitude, keep wanting to improve on a daily basis, and keep enjoying your football.
Ruben Semedo. Daniel Trickett-Smith amongst the Liverpool subs. Just see the outline of Jerome Sinclair there as well, next to Stevie Cooper, Mark Morris, Andy O'Brien, of course, and the Dr. Nigel Jones, who has certainly been a busy man, the academy doctor, these past few days, unfortunately. Sama. Onside, Jordan Ibe. Has he got the pace to outpace Semedo? But Semedo's quick as well. He saves the day for Sporting Lisbon.
He must be very quick there, because it looked like Jordan Ibe was in. We weren't sure if the flag was going to go up. It stayed down. A great run from.
And now at the other end, Liverpool out of position. Big chance for three. Good save, one hand. Brian Fulton.
End-to-end stuff. 1v1 with Liverpool. Almost get there. The Sporting man makes a fantastic run. Goes across goal, and it was a good save in the end from Fulton there.
And it was the Brazilian Vallison who was denied.
You can see it was sneaking in the corner, couldn't you? Good save with his wrist.
Good goalkeeping there from Ryan Fulton. That could be a big save. Medeiros with the corner. Alex Inglethorpe leading directions to the back. Oh, it's an open goal, and it's taken. And it's 3-0 to Sporting Lisbon from close range. And is that Luka Stojanovic who's found the net. Frustration for the young Reds, but they've been really had trouble defending set pieces. And a big goal for Sporting Lisbon. And it's chested down, it's the defender, it's João Palhinha. Palhinha with the finish. Look at the time and space he's got to trap it though and finish.
He's got too much time, hasn't he? You know, what is he, 6 yards out there? I think there was a little warning, was it 10 minutes ago, where he completely missed the kick and just ended up chipping one into Fulton's hand, but no mistake this time. That was the warning before. That time he got all the time and room he needed. One touch and finish. I mean, there wasn't even a challenge on him before he had the shot there. I mean, that's disappointing.
Oh, long-range effort there coming up for Liverpool, but 2 goals for Carlos Mane, 1 for João Palhinha, and Sporting Lisbon lead Liverpool by 3-0 here at the Estadio José Alvalade. Certainly the young Sporting players have relished being given the opportunity to play at Sporting Lisbon's main stadium.
Well, we said the next goal was vital, didn't we? You know, with the Jordan Ibe chance that just went wide, and then we thought Jordan Ibe was almost in. It breaks down to the other end with Lisbon. Fantastic save from Fulton, but you've got to defend from set pieces. You know, that's a second goal now from a set piece Liverpool have conceded, and you know, you've got to be ruthless back there and do your defending properly.
And we said, you know, they came here with a young squad, and Sporting Lisbon are very much seen as one of the big favourites again to do well in the Next Gen Series. Surprisingly, the way they beat Liverpool, they were knocked out of the Next Gen Series by eventual winners Inter Milan last season, 1-0 at the quarter-final stage when many people thought they would win. They thrashed Manchester United at this level in Singapore in the next Lions Cup 4-1 over Christmas. They beat Liverpool in the final of that tournament in Singapore 2-0. But we said really with some of the Liverpool players that were out, but Liverpool's battling here with Jack Dunn to try and get something back. Dunn feeling as though he was having his shirt pulled all over the place. We'll see here from Semedo.
Not really much in it, was there? I mean, Morgan lost the ball initially and he won the ball back, and felt as though Jack Dunn could have gone to his right hand side. Jordan Ibe had acres of space on the right hand side. He could have had one touch and got his shot away.
Liverpool corner, Christian Adorjan to take. And the old-fashioned punched away by Mira. Maybe he could have caught that, the goalkeeper, under no real pressure, it has to be said. Back by Rodden. We said, Neil, before, didn't we? Some key players ruled out of this one. Brad Smith injured, unfortunately. Then Mark Pelosi, cruel blow, because he's been a key player for Alex Inglethorpe in the under-19s. Because of his versatility, he's played in so many positions and done exceptionally well in any position.
And
a big loss, Conor Cody, the skipper.
Big losses. All 5 players that are injured at the moment are all big losses to this side, because they all add real quality to the side. So you know, it means that younger lads are coming in, less experienced, not played at this level before. So it is a huge miss, those players.
Just got to be careful for the confidence now. Don't really want to be conceding many more goals here in Lisbon. It's certainly a team at academy level. Liverpool finding it difficult to get past. But we said last season they learnt a lot from it. Certainly this season they would learn a lot. Liverpool, of course, don't forget when they played Sporting Lisbon at Anfield last season, it was a fairly strong Liverpool side and they were outsmarted by Lisbon. So the likes of Andre Wisdom, Flanagan, Robinson, John Joe Shelby played in that at Anfield.
Yeah. Well, it just shows you the quality that Sporting Lisbon are, you know, at young youth level. No disgrace at all tonight. You know, it's a very young age group. You know, they've acquitted themselves very well, had opportunities in the game, and sometimes you have to take those opportunities at key times.
Lloyd Jones doing well against Esquiao. On by McLaughlin. Here's Adorjan trying to spin away. Support from Morgan on the left-hand side. Good run by Adorjan. Can he finish it off? That's a very good save by Mikel Mira.
That would have been an absolute screamer, wouldn't it? Fantastic run from Christian Adorjan. I mean, he picks the ball up on the halfway line. You think, where's he going? And then he cuts inside and hits an absolute beauty with his right peg. And that's a fantastic save from Mira there, because that's goal bound there.
Liverpool corner, this time Craig Rodden to take. Up towards Lloyd Jones, coming in now.
Better. Probably be disappointed he's not hit the target, but you know, he's got a clear header on that. It's better that he's the first one to win the corner.
Well, the Wales under-17 international Lloyd Jones, such a commanding presence in the air. Looks like some more activity on the bench. Couple of changes for Sporting Lisbon. Farley Rosa, one of them to come on, who scored that magical goal at Anfield last season, and Wilson Janko is also coming on. Ricardo Esquiao and Lukas Stojanovic are to be replaced. So Farley Rosa coming on here in place of Lukas Stojanovic. That's one change from Sporting Lisbon. A couple of changes made here. Gelson Martins, the Brazilian, also on as well. Number 15, there is Farley Rosa, scored that magnificent goal at Anfield last season to make it 3-0. Now Rodden. Liverpool getting ready to make their first change here too. Daniel Trickett-Smith, a player who was brought in from Crewe to the academy this season. Lloyd Jones keeping an eye on Mane. So Jack Dunn, who got a booking of course in the first half, worked hard, he'll leave the field, and Daniel Trickett-Smith is on.
Yeah, I mean, Jack Dunn, you know, good debut for him. Got some big games coming up in the next few weeks, and this will do him the world of good playing in this game. You know, Trickett-Smith, I'm not sure if he'll go out on that right hand side. He can play in just behind Ibe. Ibe may go out right, and we may see Morgan go more of a central role. I think he has. He's just dropped into that right hand role, Trickett-Smith, where young Jack Dunn was.
It's been a frustrating night for this young side. As we said before, it's all about learning curves and learning experiences, playing in a big stadium like this against a quality side like Sporting Lisbon. Certainly when Liverpool went 2-0 down, they began to play a bit then. They were a little bit unlucky. Ivy had a couple of good moments.
I mean, this was that run again, wasn't it, from Adorjan? Fantastic effort, wasn't it? Looks like it's going in the top corner, but keeper's managed to get his hand to it. It's a good save, that. Very good save.
Ryan McLaughlin trying to block them off, but here comes Sporting Lisbon again. Mane, unselfish. Good defending by Sama.
Great ball in again from Mane, the man who's got the 2 goals. Whipped a great ball in. Good defending from Sama there. He read it well.
Movement. The man from Cameroon, Stephen Sama, to the rescue. So Vallison, the Brazilian, clipped this corner in. Well, the dangerous ball, good take again by Fulton, but the whistle had gone for an infringement. Ivy. Jordan Ivy still full of running. He'll certainly enjoy playing at Anfield for the first time next week against Leeds, won't he, Jordan Ivy?
Yeah, he will.
We'll see.
He's had a good game here tonight, you know. It's been a difficult role for him, but he looks a real threat, doesn't he, with his pace.
Mane. Very nippy forward display by Carlos Mane. He got options left and right here. Sporting Lisbon. Ricardo Esquiao. Passed the ball with confidence, Sporting Lisbon. Certainly a lot of the players very good equipped. Mane again, looking for that hat-trick.
Yeah, good hands, wasn't it, from Ryan Fulton there. Picked up a great area there, Mane, and he drove at the Liverpool defence, and I think he's got it well covered in the end, but you know, good hands to hold on to.
Do you think they'll take some beating at next-gen level, this Sporting Lisbon side now?
Well, I thought that last season. I was amazed to see them get knocked out of the semi-finals. You know, when I saw them twice last season at Anfield and winning 5-1, you know, against Liverpool, I just thought, you know, that someone's going to do well to beat them, and Inter did.
That Inter side, I tell you, last season was extremely well organised for young players. They were all 6 foot plus, muscly type players, and
it makes a difference at that age group, doesn't it? You know, when they're already developed as men already, you know, they can almost bully the way through teams, and you know, that must have been the case.
And they played a very typical Italian style, you might say, very much centred on the defensive side of the game, and it worked. They got all the way to the final and they won it.
Well, whereas Sporting are a much more skillful sort of side, aren't they? From what I've seen of them, you know, I expect them to go far again. What's that, you know, last 8 they're into now, the quarter-finals.
So frustration for Sama, Jordan Ivy, Alex Inglethorpe and company so far, but no fault on Alex Inglethorpe's side, that is for sure. He's just new to the game, really. He's had to deal with a very young squad at his disposal tonight. We thought it would be difficult before the game, but they've given it the best. That's all you can ask for. They've tried hard. If the effort from Lucy in the first half goes in rather than hit the post, roll agonisingly across the face of goal, that could make such a big difference in these games. Sporting again, trying to pose a real threat. Will be a corner. Good try by Farley Rosa.
I did think it took a little bit of a deflection. The referee saw it as well. It's gone out for a corner kick.
But the man who smashed one in at the Anfield Road end last season off the bench. Such a good goal. Winning a corner. Sporting Lisbon obviously scored 2 of the 3 goals have come from set plays tonight so far. We'll be careful here. Farley Rosa with the delivery, away by Lucy. We'll come back in again. This time Lloyd Jones is there.
And it's important as well. I'm looking in the Liverpool side there. A lot of them have had some great experiences this season. We talk about, you know, being there in Sporting Lisbon. You know, you talk about the Singapore trip before Christmas, Qatar tournament after Christmas, and some of these players have been involved with first team games as well. You know, Adorjan, he may not have got on the pitch for the first team, but being in and around the first team, several away with the first team in pre-season. So all in all, this will help them throughout their career. And if they do make it at Liverpool, you know, experiences like this will help.
Loose from Adam Morgan. There's McLaughlin again. Obviously because of various different reasons, had his hands tied a little bit, Alex Inglethorpe, regarding his defence, but certainly not having McLaughlin down that right-hand side as an attacking outlet, as well as we said about Cody, but McLaughlin having to switch to left-back has not helped him.
No, it is. It's unfamiliar for him there. I mean, we saw in the last game against Inter Milan, you know, 3 assists from a full-back position, so they have missed that attacking threat.
So Ricardo Esjao will leave the field. Wilson Yanko coming on. They're also going to bring on Jose Neto in place of Carlos Mane. So a couple of changes for Sporting Lisbon.
And it's worth noting as well, they're making 2 changes at a time, so that's 5 subs that they've actually brought on, but obviously they can do that because you can only make 3 stop substitutions. Come on, Steve, you're better explaining than me.
You make it 3 times and you can make all your substitutions, but it has to be at 3 different times. So Carlos Mane, I think Liverpool will be glad to see him leave the field, and Jose Neto is on for Sporting Lisbon. Just the one substitute used so far for Liverpool, but real danger here. Chance of number 4. It's pulled back, and Craig Rodden is there for Liverpool.
Yeah, it needed to be, didn't it? Just to tidy up the danger there, because again, it was good positive play from Sporting Lisbon. You know, he broke on this left-hand side there. It wasn't really a cross or a shot, that was it? You know, and in the end, Rodden was in the right place to clear the danger.
Powerful run from Wilson Yanko, the substitute, drove into that Liverpool penalty area.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Liverpool bench, like you say, with 12 minutes to go, you know, it's a possibility to give 1 or 2 of those the experience to play in this stadium. You know, we talk about youth team level, not all about getting results, it's about the experiences. You can see Peterson there warming up behind the goal line, whether he could get some minutes or not.
Forward by Riquicchio, away by McLaughlin. Plus the Liverpool party travel back from Lisbon tomorrow, so they stay overnight in Lisbon before their flight back to London, before they're bussed back to the academy.
Like I say, many have got that big game Saturday morning against Sunderland with no time to be partying in Lisbon.
All live football, as we said, for you this weekend. Steve Cooper's under-18s in action against Sunderland this Saturday. It's a 12:30 kickoff at the Kirby Academy. We're on air at 12:15. Make sure you join Claire for that one this Saturday. No football for the first team, but we keep you and give you your football fix right here on LFC TV. Here's Yolani Bayo. Mean and moody, Bayo's new hairstyle.
Big night for the first team as well, isn't it? You know, you get the Zenit tomorrow night. European game as well. Sure, Anfield will be absolutely rocking, hoping for another big European night.
You played in one of them, magical.
Well, yeah, anything's possible. You know, we're talking about 2-0. We spoke about the importance of trying to get an away goal. Didn't get that. I'm sure Zenit will be desperately trying to get an away goal, but you know, anything's possible tomorrow night. That first goal will be vital.
You'll never forget the roar against Olympiacos, will you?
Well, the fans make a difference. Absolutely no question about that. The fans can make such a big difference. And I'm hoping for another night like that at Anfield tomorrow.
There's Gelson Martins, another talented youngster who's come through the Sporting youth ranks. Oh, it's a weak back pass. Ibe arriving late, but Mera is there to clear. Of course, interesting to note that two of the players who played for Sporting against Liverpool last season were both snapped up by Barcelona in their academy. Building for the future. Ryan Fulton holds on. An effort from Yanko.
See that quite a lot, don't we, with Sporting Lisbon? They seem to be very much a selling club with the younger players. You know, they have such amazing talent. We've seen it last season, we've seen it this season, and yet many of them don't break through to their first team, end up, like you say, going for big money moves to other bigger European clubs. I mean, we bought João Teixeira, didn't we? £1 million or so.
Well, Liverpool going to make a couple of changes. Chris Peterson and Jerome Sinclair will be on for Liverpool for the final 8 or so minutes left here in Lisbon. Cristiano Dorjan is one of those to leave the field. Had an effort, brought a save out of Mikel Mera in the second half. So Peterson on for Dorjan. And Jerome Sinclair also coming on for Liverpool in place of Jordan Ibe.
He's done well, hasn't he, Jordan Ibe? You know, a new role, like we say, but you know, he's had a good night's work. Then Jerome Sinclair, another goal threat. Scored plenty of goals this season already. 12
goals this season.
He'll just be desperate to try and make an opportunity for himself, and hopefully he can take that.
He scored a beauty, Sinclair, against Rosenborg in the NextGen Series when he cut in with his first touch since coming on as a sub and smashed one into the back of the net. Liverpool's youngest ever player, of course, Jerome Sinclair, made his appearance this season in the Capital One Cup tie at the Hawthorns against West Brom. And he will be making his first appearance at Anfield next Thursday in that Youth Cup tie. Morgan. What a tough night for Adam Morgan, Neil. I mean, obviously as a fellow number 9 yourself in the past for Liverpool, how difficult is it when, you know, he's like a normal goal getter and he's been pushed out, has to do a job on the left-hand side?
Yeah, it's frustrating. It is frustrating, but it's up to him, you know, to show the right attitude and keep going. You know, it's an unfamiliar role for him, but like I say, players these days, they've got to be able to play in different roles, not just down the middle. They have to play wide right. We've seen him in the first team playing that role. So it's important that he, you know, when he does go out there, he has to keep showing the right attitude.
That's a good early ball, and Jerome Sinclair is onside here. First touch. What a good tackle by Semedo.
We saw Semedo before, didn't we, with Ibe's pace again. I mean, it looked like Sinclair was certain to get his shot away there, but the pace of Semedo to come across.
Liverpool have a chance again here. Through towards Sinclair. Peterson trying to flick it to him. Here it is again. Look at this, time to perfection. Like a Mark Lawrenson style challenge, what he used to do. He used to make a name for himself in the 80s at Liverpool with those sliding tackles to perfection in the penalty area.
It was a super tackle, wasn't it? I mean, Sinclair's eyes must have lit up thinking he's going to get the shot away here. But, you know, he's on the shoulder of the defender straight away. He's only just come on as a substitute and he's already looking to get in behind.
Bayo. Peterson, young man from Gothenburg. Where Sporting try and hit Liverpool on a counter-attack, but it's offside in the end against Jose Neto. With 2 goals from Carlos Mane and 1 from João Palhinha. making the score Sporting Lisbon 3, Liverpool 0. But you think Alex Inglethorpe probably look back on this game, Neil Mellor, and say 2 of the goals, both came from set pieces, could easily have been avoided.
Should have been avoided. Yeah, it certainly should have been. You know, to lose from set pieces is disappointing, and I think the third one was probably the most disappointing. The fact that, you know, they had a warning 5-10 minutes just earlier before that. You know, a centre half being able to take a touch and a shot so easy in the penalty area, you know, that shouldn't be allowed at all. That. But you know, there's been plenty of positives, plenty of forward play, some good attempts at the goal as well. Just disappointing not to have scored.
Bayo's been hurt there, got a boot right in his face there off Nato. He's all right, he's tough.
Just a size 9 to the forehead.
Well, his nickname at the academy, as we all know, Mr. T. He's as tough as him, if not tougher.
Well, he wasn't down long, was he?
How do you think he's done it right back tonight, Jelani Bayo? Obviously, we're used to seeing him as a tough, uncompromising holding central midfield player.
He's not been caught out too many times, has he? He's probably not got his foot forward as much as he would have liked to. So with Ryan McLaughlin, he certainly does bomb forward, doesn't he? But he has a lot more pace than someone like Bayo.
Sporting again, trying to get forward and add more goals to their tally. Very attack-minded side, the Sporting team. Wilson Yanko. Good work here. And Miguel. Gelson Martins trying to break down that flank for Liverpool as Alex Inglethorpe looks on from the touchline. Making some notes with Andy O'Brien.
I think it's a possible another change. I think he had the substitute card in his hand there. Liverpool can still make another change.
Liverpool make a mistake at the back. Martins with the cross, away by Lloyd Jones. Chance for Liverpool to power forward. Jordan Lussey keeps going. The under-18 skipper Vollerson with a strong challenge on him.
Yeah, good powerful run, wasn't it, from Lussey? He did well just to get his body in front there to force the Sporting man, just to give him a little nudge in the back.
Trickett Smith, Sinclair, good body strength from Jerome Sinclair. Here's Ryan McLaughlin. Fulton's come way out of his penalty area here.
Yeah, good sweeping up, obviously. Not the greatest clearance from him, but he needed to be sweeping up. I thought there was a foul on Ryan McLaughlin, to be honest, you know. I haven't seen the replay of it, whether there was much contact, but certainly first time around I thought there was.
Break forward again, another shot from a long way, and it's gone right through. Ryan Fulton has been beaten, and it's 4-0 now to Sporting Lisbon. A goal right at the end, driving through from an impossible angle almost, and he finds the net.
I think Ryan Fulton will be disappointed he's been beaten from that far out. You know, it wasn't the most powerful of shots that we've seen, and you know, I think he'll be disappointed he's been beaten from that distance.
So disappointing, but Wilson Yanko firing home from an acute angle. Liverpool lost heavily in Lisbon last season, conceded 5. They've conceded 4 tonight. Frustration for the youngster.
Yeah, and yet he made such a fantastic save earlier on in the half, didn't he? I think he'll be disappointed he didn't stop that one.
And Liverpool going to bring on one of their youngest players very shortly indeed, Ryan Kent, getting an opportunity from the under-16 squad to come on here, which shows you really how under strength in certain key positions Liverpool have been tonight. It's been difficult, they've kept going, they've kept trying to play the football. Here's Sinclair, good play by Sinclair, it's a good effort too.
He's looked lively, hasn't he, since he's come on as a substitute? You know, a couple of opportunities there, always looking to try and create a chance. I think that was, I don't know if it was just scraping the post or what, but good positive play, good confidence from him to take the shot on.
So Ryan Kent is going to come on for Jordan Lussey. Young Kent, who was part of the squad that went to Qatar for the Al Cas Cup. The under-18 skipper leaves the field. And Ryan Kent, just a schoolboy. 3 minutes of stoppage time being played here at the Estadio Jose Alvalade. And a great experience for the youngsters to play at this first team stadium of Sporting Lisbon's. But on the night, Sporting have been strong. They've been clinical when they've had the chances. As we said, 2 of the goals Alex Inglethorpe have been very disappointed by. 2 of the 4 goals came from set plays. And that one right at the end there from long range from Wilson Yanko. And there's Sporting go again. They want another one. And Sama with the challenge this time on Gelson Martins, who wants a penalty, but he's not going to get it.
Why should he? You know, I thought it was a fair enough tackle from Sama. I thought it was a little nudge in his back maybe from the substitute Kent, but you know, Sama's come away with the ball.
So as we said, back to domestic action for the under-18s this weekend. Join us live from 12:15 from the academy. Liverpool under-18s against Sunderland. Live football for you right here on LFC TV. Craig Rodden, the biting challenge just wouldn't break for Trickett Smith on this near side. And certainly, as we said, these young players will have grown up this evening, that is for sure. We've enjoyed the NextGen campaign. It's been a topsy-turvy campaign. At one time, it looked, when Liverpool had 3 straight defeats at the start of the campaign, that it was going to be over, but they recovered brilliantly to win 3 straight games. The performance against Inter Milan at St Helens, when they beat last year's winners 4-1, with a stronger looking Liverpool team, it has to be said, on the night, was very good. Ryan McLaughlin to play at left back tonight, but right on cue, the referee brings the game to an end. Liverpool are out of this season's NextGen Series, beaten by 4-0. Carlos Mane, 2 goals in the first half. Jordan Lussey then hit a post. Morgan was denied, but in the second half, João Palhinha again from a set play, and right at the end, Wilson Yanko shooting below the reach of the goalkeeper Ryan Fulton. It finished Sporting Lisbon 4, Liverpool 0.